Scotland, land of stereotypes. All right, folks, gather around. We're about to embark on a journey through the land of myths and legends where every corner has a story to tell. Let's talk about Scotland, the land of bagpipes, kilts, and haggis. These are the images that often come to mind when people think of Scotland, or so the stereotypes say. But there's so much more to this beautiful country than just these iconic symbols. Now, I'm a proud Scot, born and bred. I grew up surrounded by the rich culture and traditions of this land. But even I have to admit some of these stereotypes are so ingrained, they're practically woven into the tartan. The tartan itself is a symbol of our heritage, each pattern telling a story of its own. Growing up, I remember tourists coming off the plane, ready to hear bagpipes and see men in kilts. They had these expectations, and Scotland delivered. And you know what? They weren't disappointed. Edinburgh Castle, bagpipes, Highland Games, kilts galore. These events are a celebration of our culture and history. But Scotland, my friends, is more than just a caricature. It's a land of stunning landscapes, rich history, and warm, welcoming people. From the rugged highlands to the bustling cities, there's a depth to Scotland that goes beyond the surface. It's a land of stunning landscapes, rich history, and warm, welcoming people. Our hospitality is renowned, and there's nothing quite like enjoying a pint in a local pub, sharing stories with the locals. So, let's dive into these stereotypes, shall we? Let's explore the real Scotland, beyond the cliches. Separate the fact from the fiction, the myth from the reality. Scotland's history is filled with fascinating tales, from ancient legends to modern-day heroes, and maybe, just maybe, learn a thing or two about Scotland along the way. So, whether you're a first-time visitor or a seasoned traveler, join us as we uncover the true essence of Scotland, a land where every stone has a story and every person a warm welcome. Bagpipes, more than just noise, are the bagpipes, the soundtrack to 1,000 jokes. Yes, they're loud, yes, they can be a bit piercing, especially first thing in the morning. But there's something undeniably stirring about the sound of the pipes, especially when played well. They're deeply connected to our history, used in battles to rally the troops. Think Braveheart, but with less face paint. And let's not forget the skill involved. Playing the bagpipes is no mean feat, believe me. It takes lung capacity, finger dexterity, and a good set of earplugs for the neighbors. Kilt fashion statement or ancient tradition? Now onto the kilt. This iconic garment has been a part of Scottish culture for centuries, and it continues to intrigue people around the world. That garment that causes so much confusion and, let's be honest, amusement. It's not just a piece of clothing, it's a conversation starter, a symbol of identity, and sometimes a source of humor. Is it true what they say about what's worn underneath is a question I've heard more times than I can count. The mystery of what lies beneath the kilt has fueled countless jokes and curious inquiries. The kilt is a symbol of Scottish pride, with different clan tartans signifying their lineage. Each tartan pattern represents a specific clan, and wearing it is a way to honor one's heritage and ancestors. And yes, it's traditionally worn without underwear. This practice, known as going commando, is part of the kilt's mystique and tradition. But hey, a true Scotsman doesn't let a little breeze bother him. The kilt is designed to be practical and comfortable, even in the unpredictable Scottish weather. In modern Scotland, you won't see kilts every day, unless you work in a tourist shop. However, the kilt remains a beloved symbol of Scottish culture, and is often worn with pride. They're mostly reserved for special occasions like weddings or keelits. That's a traditional Scottish dance for the uninitiated. These events provide an opportunity for Scots to celebrate their heritage and showcase their traditional attire. Beyond fashion, the kilt is a link to Scotland's rich history and traditions. From historical reenactments to educational programs, the kilt plays a vital role in keeping Scottish culture alive for future generations. Interestingly, the kilt has also made its way into modern fashion. Designers around the world have been inspired by its unique style, incorporating elements of the kilt into contemporary clothing. Whether as a fashion statement or a nod to ancient tradition, the kilt continues to captivate and inspire. It's a testament to the enduring appeal of this remarkable garment. Haggis, delicious delicacy or stomach-turning surprise. Now for the food that dares to be described, haggis. Sheep's heart, liver and lungs minced with onions, oatmeal, spices and encased in a sheep's stomach. Appetizing, right? I'll admit. It's not for the faint of heart. But trust me, a good haggis served with neeps and tatties, that's mashed turnips and potatoes for you non-Scots, is a thing of beauty. It's our national dish, celebrated on Burns Night with poetry recitations and a wee dram of whiskey. So next time you're in Scotland, be brave, try the haggis. You might just be surprised. Whiskey galore, truth and myths about Scotland's national drink. And speaking of whiskey, let's talk about the water of life. This golden liquid has been a part of Scotland's history for centuries, and it holds a special place in the hearts of many Scots. Scotland and whiskey go together like kilts and bagpipes. The sound of bagpipes, the sight of kilts, and the taste of whiskey are all deeply intertwined in the Scottish identity. It's part of our culture, our heritage, our economy. Whiskey production has been a significant industry in Scotland, providing jobs and contributing to the economy. The process of making whiskey is an art form passed down through generations. From the smoky Islay malts to the smooth Highland blends, there's a whiskey out there for everyone. Each region in Scotland produces whiskey with its own unique characteristics, influenced by the local environment and traditional methods. But let's dispel a myth, shall we? There's a common misconception that all Scots drink whiskey like water. Not all Scots drink whiskey like water. In fact, many Scots prefer other beverages. While whiskey is a beloved drink, it's not the only one we enjoy. We do enjoy a dram or two, especially on a cold night. There's something comforting about sipping whiskey by a warm fire, sharing stories with friends and family. But we also appreciate a good pint of beer, a cup of tea, or even a glass of wine. Our drinking habits are as diverse as our culture. The point is, we like a good time, and a good drink is often part of that. Whether it's whiskey, beer, tea, or wine, what matters most is the company we keep and the memories we make. So, next time you think of Scotland, remember that our national drink is just one part of our rich and varied culture. Beyond the tartan, the real Scotland I know. Now, I've poked fun at the stereotypes, but here's the truth. Scotland is a country of incredible diversity, both in its landscape and its people. From the rugged highlands to the rolling hills of the borders, from the bustling cities to the quiet islands, there's something for everyone. We've got history, from ancient castles to battlefields to the birthplace of golf. We've got culture, from world-renowned festivals to vibrant music scenes to cutting-edge art. The accent barrier adventures in understanding, and then there's the accent. Yes, we speak English, but sometimes it might not sound like it. The Scottish accent is as varied as the landscape, from the broad Glaswegian to the sing-song Doric. But don't worry, most of us can tone it down if we need to. And besides, half the fun is in the trying, right? Just don't ask us to say purple burglar alarm after a few whiskeys. Nessie and other myths, the enduring power of Scottish folklore. We're also a land of myths and legends. Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, is probably the most famous. Is she real? Who knows? But the stories, the sightings, the blurry photographs, they all add to the mystique of Scotland. We've got tales of fairies, giants, kelpies and selkies, stories passed down through generations, keeping the magic of Scotland alive. From Outlander to Braveheart, how pop culture shapes perceptions. Of course, pop culture has played its part in shaping perceptions of Scotland. From Braveheart's kilted warriors to Outlander's time-traveling romance, these stories, while entertaining, often present a romanticized view of our past. But hey, who doesn't love a good story? Just remember, it's important to separate the Hollywood version from the historical reality. Embracing the cliché, finding humor in stereotypes. So, what have we learned? Stereotypes, while often exaggerated, can contain a grain of truth, but they shouldn't define a country or its people. As Scots, we've learned to embrace the clichés, to find the humor in them. We'll happily play the bagpipes, don the kilt, and share a dram of whiskey with you. But we'll also challenge your preconceptions and show you the real Scotland.
As we come to the end of our journey through the vibrant tapestry of Scottish culture, let's take a moment to celebrate the essence of Scotland, a land where ancient traditions and modern identity coexist in harmony. As our journey concludes, let's unfurl the symbol that encapsulates the spirit of this remarkable land. The Scottish flag, with its bold blue and striking white cross, stands as a testament to resilience, unity, and a deep-rooted pride that flows through every corner of Scotland. Whether it's the haunting melodies of the bagpipes, the rich flavors of traditional cuisine, or the enduring tales of folklore, Scotland's heart beats strong. This flag is more than just fabric. It's a banner of identity, a beacon of history, and a promise of a future where heritage and progress walk hand in hand. Thank you for joining us on this exploration. Until next time, may the spirit of Scotland inspire and ignite your own adventures. Slainte math!